Well, hello there, my curious little coconuts. It's me, Jomo the Meditation Monkey. And you stumbled upon episode 6 of the Monkeymind Meditation Club. Today's episode is a little bit different. It's a little bit wobbly and a little bit wonderfully daft. Why? Because sometimes we need to let go of being sensible. Sometimes the kindest thing that we can do for our monkey minds is to let them swing on the vines of silliness and roll about laughing in the banana leaves. So tonight, we've got 3 delicious treats for you. First up is a llama-inspired mindfulness meditation. Yes, you heard right. A llama. Long-necked, slightly suspicious, but very grounded. Then, a cheeky little Zen tale about the monk who lost his sandwich. Spoiler, it is deeper than it sounds. And then finally we'll tiptoe to the land of cake for a sleepy, sugary story that'll tuck you in with a spongy hug and a swirl of cream. But before we begin, make sure, as always, that your back is supported and your head and shoulders are nice and free. We want your body to be relaxed and your mind loose enough to giggle. You don't need to be wise tonight. You just need to be you. So, without further ado, let the nonsense begin. And we start by taking 3 big deep breaths in. So big deep breath 1, hold and let go. Big deep breath 2, hold and let go. And big deep breath 3, hold and let go. Perfect. And begin to imagine a gentle mountain landscape unfolding in your mind. Picture rolling hills and the warm glow of a soft sunrise over the peaks. And in the midst of this peaceful scene stands a calm and gentle llama. The llama is soft, very fluffy, with warm, curious eyes and a beautiful, steady presence. And watch as the llama moves slowly across the grass, each step calm and sure. And notice how its breathing is slow and steady, just like your own. And allow yourself to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, just like the llama does. And with each breath in and out, just imagine that you're sharing this peaceful moment, this wonderful creature. The air is cool and fresh, filled with a scent of mountain wildflowers. And the grass under your feet is soft and springy, comforting and supporting. let your awareness rest on the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Each inhale bringing calm and ease, and each exhale starts to release tension, tightness, and worry. Picturing the llama looking directly at you, its kind eyes meeting yours. Feel the warmth of its gaze, gentle and reassuring. The llama stands still, simply being, showing you how to rest in this moment. And take another breath in, feeling that shared sense of stillness and presence. And as you exhale, let go of anything that does not belong in this peaceful place. Notice the way the llama's soft fur catches the morning light, each strand glowing with a gentle golden hue. In this quiet meadow, time seems to slow down, and your mind begins to settle. And if your thoughts begin to wander off the mountain pass, that's all right. Simply return to the image of the llama, steady, kind, and peaceful. And feel that soft breeze on your face, the gentle touch of nature's breath. And let the peaceful energy of the mountain and the presence of the llama seep into every cell in your body. And with each breath, feel more and more at home in your own skin. And notice how your mind begins to quiet, like a still pond in the morning light. Allow yourself to rest here, in the simplicity of this moment. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be, just this gentle connection with the llama. With each breath, allow yourself to soften just a little more. The llama stands beside you, calm and at ease, a quiet friend in the stillness. And let this sense of peace expand outwards from your heart, filling up your whole being. And with each breath in, a renewal And with each breath out, a release. And notice how simple it is to be present here in this peaceful mountain meadow. Notice how natural it is to be at ease. Feel the sense of gratitude in this quiet space that you have found within yourself. And let that gratitude grow, touching every thought and every breath. And now, take one final big deep breath in, hold, and let go. Start to give it a little wriggle and a stretch. Wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes. Stretch it out a little bit as you slowly bring yourself out of the meditation. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Ta-da! Well, wasn't that a surprisingly majestic llama? So grounded, so poised, and yet always looks like it knows something you don't. Cheeky thing. Now, before we wander off into our next tale, The Monk Who Lost His Sandwich, let's open the Monkeymind post bag. And this week's question comes from the marvellous Sasha in Surbiton in the UK, who asks, Dear Jomo, do I have to stop my thoughts completely to meditate properly? Such a good one, Sasha. Now, come closer, because this is very important. You do not need to stop your thoughts. It's impossible. Your mind thinks. That's its job. So meditation is never about stopping your thoughts, but it is about noticing them and without getting tangled up in them. You're not trying to wrestle your mind into silence. You'll always lose if you do that. You're just letting it settle, like glitter in a jar. So next time your brain does a loop-de-loop mid-meditation, give it a nod and say, Nice one, brain. Carry on. And then gently come back to whatever technique you might be using at the time. Easy, kind, and we're going to be very thought-friendly. So now it is time, and this is the first time we've ever done this, time for a tale of mystery, of hunger, of mild confusion, and spiritual sandwiches. So sit back, breathe gently, and enjoy our little Zen story, The Monk Who Lost His Sandwich. The wise old master, called Topsy-Turvy, was known far and wide for his gentle smile and the twinkle in his kind eyes. Every morning, Topsy woke with the sun and walked softly through the garden, his grass cool beneath his feet, and the sweet, sweet smell of blossoms in the air. One sunny morning, he felt especially cheerful, and decided to make himself the most Deeelish sandwich that you could ever imagine. He chose the softest, fluffiest bread, still warm from the oven, and he sliced it with mindful care, each slice as neat as the page in his favorite book. He spread a gentle swipe of golden mustard, bright as a summer day, and added creamy white cheese that melted just a little bit in the sun. Bright green lettuce leaves, cool and crisp, lay next to juicy red tomato slices, shining like tiny suns in the morning light. He folded the sandwich together and wrapped it in a neat cloth which was as blue can be. And Topsy placed it beside his meditation cushion in the garden, the perfect place to enjoy it after a long morning of teaching. The garden was full of birdsong, with bees buzzing softly amongst the flowers and the scent of jasmine drifting through the air. All was Perth. His students gathered around him, sitting cross-legged on the grass, their faces full of wonder and their eyes bright with curiosity. The master began to speak in gentle, flowing voice, sharing stories, sharing lessons that made the students feel calm and happy inside. But soon, as the sun climbed higher and the day grew warmer, the master's tummy gave a friendly little grumble. "Ah," he said with a soft chuckle, "my sandwich is waiting for me, my small joy for the day." "It's your mini joy," one of the students blurted out with glee. "That it is, young one, that it is," he replied. And when he turned to pick it up, he found only the folded cloth. The sandwich was gone. It was gone. It was most mysterious. The master's eyes widened a bit, and he let out a happy little laugh. "Perhaps," he said, "my sandwich has gone on to its own little sandwich adventure today." He searched gently around the garden, peeking under a soft green cushion and behind an old wooden bench that smelt of earth. He even looked into the little koi pond where bright orange fish glided like secret whispers in the water, their fins flickering like tiny flags. His students followed him, giggling softly as they tiptoed through the garden, their toes sinking into the soft grass. "Maybe," said one small boy, "the sandwich had joined the butterflies and flown away." "Or maybe," said another, "it's found a new home with the garden fairies." The master's laughter bubbled out, warm and kind, his eyes crinkling at the edges like sunlit ripples in the water. He paused and took a deep breath of the sweet flowery air, feeling the sun on his face and the cool breeze on his cheeks. "Maybe. And maybe sometimes," he said, "a sandwich is just a sandwich, waiting to be found again." And with that he turned slowly back to the bench, the students holding their breath in the bright golden light. And there it was, the sandwich, waiting patiently as if it had never left, resplendent in the morning sun. The bread was still as soft and smelt of warm ovens, the lettuce as green as fresh leaves after a spring rain, and the master picked it up with both hands, holding it gently like a precious treasure. He took a slow, thoughtful bite, and the crunch of the lettuce was like the first note of a happy song. The creamy cheese, the sweet tomato, tasted as simple and perfect as a warm afternoon in the garden. The master's eyes closed in delight, and his smile spread like sunshine across his face. His students watched, their giggles turning into warm, happy laughter. And in that moment, they learned that even the small things, like a lost sandwich, can fill the heart with light. And so, in that garden of birds and flowers and gentle smiles, they shared the joy of a simple sandwich. A small reminder that life's treasures are often the ones that we forget to notice. And after finishing his last bite, the master let out a small sigh of contentment, wiping a crumb off his beard. The students leaned in closer, curious and bright-eyed, waiting for him to speak again. "You see," the master said with a warm chuckle, "sometimes we search and search for what's already right in front of us." And he looked around the garden, the soft petals of the flowers and the tiny buzzing trees, his eyes full of wonder. "Just like my sandwich," he continued, "our minds can wander far and wide, thinking of all the things that might have happened. But often," he said softly, "all that thinking just makes our heads spin like a top on a wooden floor. We imagine wild stories that the sandwich flew away with birds or sank into the pond, and we forget to see what's here, simple, sweet, and waiting for us all along." The students nodded, their small faces serious as they listened. "So let's remember," the master said gently, "that overthinking is like a cloud passing in front of the sun. It blocks the light, but know that the sun is still there, waiting to shine through again." And with those words, the master took another slow breath, his eyes soft and kind. The students smiled, feeling a calmness settle over them like a soft blanket. And in that quiet garden, with a simple sandwich and the gentle hum of bees, they learned that sometimes the simplest truths are often the most beautiful. Well, well, well. That bunk may have lost his sandwich, but I think he found something far more filling, don't you? Okay, my sweet, sleepy stargazers, it's time to get really, really comfortable. In our next meditation, it's going to be a dreamy little tale called The Land of Cake, a place made entirely of sponge and frosting and soft, snoozy goodness. It's a proper sleepy story meditation. So if you like, you can lie down. In actual fact, I rather recommend it. Making sure your back is cozy and your head is nicely cradled. And if it's not too warm where you are, then maybe, just maybe, pull up your comfiest and your coziest blanket. This next part doesn't need you to do anything at all. Just listen, let go, and let yourself drift wherever the cake clouds may take you. You ready? Let's wander into the land of cake. So let's begin with our 3 big deep breaths. Big deep breath 1. Hold and let go. Big deep breath 2. Hold and let go. And big deep breath 3. Hold and let go. Wunderbar. Feeling the weight of your body sinking down into your bed or chair, all supported and safe. And with your next breath out, Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw soften, and let your mind begin to drift and drift. Tonight we're off to the land of cake, a place where every step is a sweet, gentle adventure. So imagine a gentle, warm breeze carrying the scent of freshly baked sponge cake drifting through your window. In the land of cake, the air is always sweet, and the clouds are made of soft whipped cream. So picture yourself standing at the edge of a rolling cake landscape. Hills of golden sponge and rivers of silky caramel. And with each breath in, feel the comforting warmth of a vanilla cake meadow under your feet. Take a slow, bouncy step forward, like treading on marshmallowy clouds. And as you start to wander, each step slow and thoughtful, you let the gentle pace of this land guide you. Looking over at the towering cake mountains, their snow-capped peaks of lemon drizzle glistening in the soft light. And the trees sway with branches of swirling buttercream, dotted with sugared cherries and sparkling rainbow sprinkles. And the path you follow is a golden sponge trail, lined with crumbly edges and pools of warm melted chocolate. You take your time. Each step a pause to notice the sweetness in the air and the softness underfoot. As you wander past a shimmering lake of raspberry jam, its slow ripples catching the light as the sun begins to set. And you pause by the jam lake, dipping your fingers into the jammy water. And a gentle elephant appears beside you, its ears as soft as sponge cake, and its eyes kind and warm. The elephant walks alongside you, each of its steps soft and steady, a calm presence in the sweet landscape. And there's no need to rush. There's no hurry in this place. Just a gentle stroll through the cake hills and the caramel streams. And the elephant's feet makes the softest of sounds. Quiet pat-pat on the sponge path, comforting and slow. Who would have thought it? A cake elephant. And as you meander along that sponge path, you see tiny chocolate fudge cottages nestled amongst the hills. And each little cottage has a roof dusted with cocoa snow, and windows lit with a gentle glow of sugar stars. And the path winds lazily into the candy cane forest, where the air now fills with sweet peppermint and laughter. as you pause to breathe in the scent of the forest, feeling the cool freshness of that peppermint, mixing with the heady sweetness of cake all around. And the path leads you deeper, the forest giving way to sponge cake meadows that stretch out to the horizon. Every step is slower. Every breath is deeper. As you let yourself meander, unhurried and calm. A gentle hush settles over the land. The elephant curling up beside you as you find a place to rest. And you lie down on that spongy cake floor, feeling yourself sinking, safe and soft. As you let go of any thoughts, any worries, just the soft meandering of the land of cake. And the night sky glows with sugar stars, twinkling softly, guiding you deeper into dreams. And let yourself drift, knowing that you are wrapped in sweetness, in comfort, in calm. And each breath out is like a gentle sigh, letting go of anything that doesn't belong in this peaceful moment. Let your mind wander like our gentle meander down the cake path. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper into rest. You're safe and snoozy, and you're at home in this land of cake. And now, if you're still awake and you want to carry on, take a nice big deep breath in, hold, and let go. Give it a little wriggle and a stretch. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Ta-da! Well, 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 my little meditation muffins. That brings us to the end of episode 6 of the Monkey Mind Meditation Club. We've travelled with llamas, we've searched with sandwiches, and we've napped in sponge cakes. Just wrapping ourselves in lots of meditation goodness. So if tonight has made you smile, if it's helped you feel a little bit calmer, or reminded you that it is okay to be a little bit silly sometimes, then I've done my job. And if you're curious about going deeper, maybe learning to meditate in a way that really sticks, that you can do all on your own, in a way that's simple and kind and works even with the busiest of monkey minds, then let me tell you something. Jason, the human behind Monkey Mind Meditation, teaches a beautiful Learn to Meditate course every week. It's a practical and down-to-earth course that gives you a technique that that you'll be able to carry with you for the rest of your life, like a quiet little superpower in your own back pocket. He's taught people all over the world who are now doing it and loving it. So, when you're ready to take the leap from listener to lifelong meditator, pop along to all our little linky places. But for now, it's time to curl up, take one last deep breath, send yourself a little smile, and as always, my friends, go softly on.